Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make rust and texture on something very boring, simple as a 1/4 inch MDF, and it's a stupid pipe, PVC pipe. Make it look old, super simple, a couple techniques, and let me show you that right now. All right, actually still MDF, still the pipe. Did a little hot glue right there, make it look like kind of a weld, like metal weld. I don't know, just thrown together, a couple minutes of work. Sealed right here with hot glue. And I'm gonna put a couple Allen wrench screws right here, or a couple little bolts, and I'll paint it. All right, somewhat dried. Okay, this is where I get the rust from. It's modeling paste. I'll leave links in the description. It's a cheap little chip brush kind of deal. Just gonna dip this in and kind of go over the bolts, go on the edges, wherever you want to do when you show rust coming through the paint, busting through the paint. You can just do on the edges or the whole thing. I just like to go where you think rust would disease the metal and push through. All right, I'll do that in a second. And there we go. Get a little bit on there. Just start dabbing it. Simple as that. Let's go as little or much as you want. It's corrosion. There. Over some of these welds if you want to do. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going fast, and this is not a project I'll probably be keeping, just to show you a quick little tutorial, a couple techniques I picked up. This is actually only the 3rd time I've tried this. You don't have to be professional. Of course, I am not a professional something, but I want to share that with you. All right, I'll keep going. All right, kind of finished with the dabbing. See, I got all the edges pretty rough. I went around this PVC pipe. It's the first time I tried this on a PVC pipe. Around where the edges could corrode if it's a metal pipe. Kind of went over the lettering too, so it sanded it off a little bit, but if you're in a hurry or just lazy like me, you gotta wait for this to dry for like an hour. And you don't sand it or anything, you just paint right over it. But okay, the modeling paste has dried, so I'm gonna use Rust-Oleum. This is gonna be my undercoating. Do this really well, especially the edges. Same with this, let's go crazy on it. Doesn't matter if it runs, doesn't matter if it pulls up. Go after it, get 1 or 2 coats of it. Let's keep going. Okay, my primer's dried. All my modeling paste is dried. What I do now is I got water, spray bottle, and molten coarse kosher salt. What I do is spray your project down, get it all wet. And you get your salt. Sprinkle it wherever you want pitting or rust. Get it in there. It's going to dissolve. The water makes it dissolve and kind of stick. Doesn't matter where you put it. You put a lot, a little bit. Kind of like to get it all over. Depends on how much you really want the rust to show underneath. It's kind of like masking fluid, but salt. Get it in there, dries up a little bit, a little more water. Really get it in there. Had a project yesterday I was doing, and I hit the table and the whole thing fell on the floor, on the ground. Knocked all the salt off, fell in the grass, got grass all over it. And It's one of my projects that I finished yesterday, and it looked okay. Not too bad. Watch this. Okay. You spray it a little bit to lock it in. That's about it. Do a little more if you want. It don't matter. Same thing with this pipe. First time doing it. I don't know how this is gonna react to it, but spray, lock in a little bit. Turn to the side, it's gonna fall off a little bit, it's fine. Really want this rush to show through corrosion. Kinda cool. As you see, I put it everywhere. Just threw it on there. Let it dry for at least an hour. So you see no wetness. Even if there's a little bit of drop of water, that's fine. Then spray your color. Well, I'll get to that in a second. All right, it's about dry. Oh well. I'm just gonna spray it with this red. I haven't done red yet. It's gloss. I never use gloss, but I had it on hand, and I'm just gonna go after it. Get the edges. This thing's pretty good, man. Ooh, what the heck? Oh well, malfunction. Well, that was fun. I had an exploding can, so now I'm using this other red. Don't really have any left. Right over top of all that salt. I'm gonna do it really good this time. Yeah. Look at that. Looks pretty yummy actually, huh? All right. Let that dry. All right. Now that I did the board, I'm gonna do the pipe green just because. Yes, I'm painting with my car right there.
Oh yeah, hopefully it's dry. I think it's dry. Just start wiping away. Go back and forth with your finger. Everything dry. It's a little wet. Dry a little more, but see what I'm doing here. There we go. I need to rest that off here.
Here, I got all the salt off. Looks halfway decent. I sprayed a bunch of water, so got the remaining salt dissolved. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. Let that dry. I'm hitting it with a little bit of matte clear. Kind of protect the paint before I start adding some rust color. All right, here's my favorite parts. It's almost dry. I use these powders, deep rust, and this one's really deep rust. This is the one I kind of like. I kind of just dab it on the rivets or bolts. Get that real deep rust in there. Start with that first. You can go as heavy as you want, or just a little dabs here and there. It's real corroded everywhere. Looks really good. And the thing with these powders, if you spray it with matte clear, it dissolves it right away. So I kind of let it dry a little bit. I usually don't hit it with matte clear after I do the powders, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I forget. You just go back as many times as you want. Little hot glue welds. Pretty sweet. Just throw it in there certain places. I like to get it, not too much. Looks pretty good. Go with on the pipey. Looks pretty good already, right? Like a bunch of water. It's been sitting. All right, got a little water mixable oil paints. Put a little dab on there. Just a little extra here and there. A little bit of shadowing. Certain spots. Water right there. Black in there. Fun. Looks like pretty good. It's pretty corroded. Alright. It's about done. Added a little bit of sticker right here. I kind of just do this a little bit. The feathery makeup brush. Some spots it's a little too much. But yeah. Let me know how I did. Like, subscribe, share if not. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll make more if you want. Done.